Game on. So, last episode I was talking about the new LEGO games. Let's talk about some of the old LEGO games then. Because this is the original LEGO game. This is the first... It's not the first level, but it's the first movie of the first good, quote-unquote, LEGO game. And I say quote-unquote not because this is bad, but because there were some games that came before it that a lot of people still find iconic and good and enjoyable, and it's like, it's okay. I mean, it's mediocre at best. I got the sniffles. I think I'm getting sick. It's kind of making my voice sound a bit nasally. But a lot of people say that on videos. It's like, pardon my voice, I seem a little sick. But then they don't sound sick. They just sound like they always do. Now, of course, my mic isn't as good as theirs. My setup isn't perfect and all those things. So, you might actually notice the fact that I'm talking a bit differently, a little bit off. But, I don't know, I doubt it. No one's ever paying that close an attention to what you're saying or how you sound. Like, it's the proof when you have animators on YouTube. It's like, no one knows their face, and even though you can listen to them for like hours at a time, no one knows their voice well enough to hear it in a crowd. It's just, that's their voice. Which is, interesting, I guess? Cool? Fascinating? All of the above? This is another thing I love. I can't wait till I hope in the new game you have the ability to hold it down and select who you want. Because it's annoying when you have to, like, hit the button a bunch to finally get to who you want to be. But, like, there's characters who can't fight. But those are still characters that you need, because there's the ones that can, like, climb through vents, or jump super high like Jar Jar can, or fly across gaps. And it's like, I can't get past this. I need to be a Jedi. Here, Mr. Jedi. Come on. Okay, I guess I have to crawl across, become a Jedi. Lift those things out of the way and then go across. I thought I'd be able to just change. Yeah, then that one will take him up there, so that's all I needed to do. Now I can go back across. But that's something I have... Okay, again, going back to the new LEGO games. Every character can attack. Every character is just as useful as any other, and there's no reason to change what character you are. I mean, there is the occasional, like, oh, since you are Captain America, you can fall on fire and put it out. Oh, since you are Iron Man, you can fly. But so can Thor, and Vision, and half of the other characters. It's like, but none of them feel like they have one purpose. And it's not like when you have a gathering like this that you're like, I have a whole... Like, I have a whole battalion of different ways that I can do this. You feel like, great, now I can go through the entire level as Iron Man and swap to Captain America twice. Which is how I feel when I play the new games. So, this is probably my least favorite level. I mean, again, by no means is it a bad level. But there's always got to be a least favorite. And this is it. This is my least favorite LEGO. This is my least favorite level of this one. I guess I have to go up top to build the rest of that. Build the other half. I don't know. It's been a while since I played this. I mean, I did 100%. I actually... That's a lie. I haven't 100% beat this game. I fell off. God damn it. I haven't actually 100% beat this game. And that's because there's these blue mini kits that you need to collect that are totally dumb. It's like limited time you have to rush through. So I'm actually... Jeez, I got the hiccups. I'm actually at 95% of the way done. I don't know why... Oh, there he goes. I don't know why I couldn't climb through that before when I was him. That's dumb. But, like, I'm 95% of the way done because I still have 2 levels left where I just need to find all the blue mini kits. But honestly, that just comes down to, especially nowadays that there's YouTube, it's just going to be me looking it up on YouTube being like, where are all the blue mini bricks for all of, like, episode 5? And then I find it and someone tells me, I'm like, great. And then I just have to sit there with a tutorial for like 2 hours and just do it. But I mean, I want to complete this game. once I do that, I'll get every achievement except for one, which is play a level online. Play through a level with online co-op, which is a great idea when at first, until you realize that this game is old as fuck, and no one watching this or playing, no one's playing this. So then I'll have to boost it, and I'll have to pay for the online subscription, get someone else to pay for the online subscription who has this game, and then play through it with them. I like this section. Again, what's the difference in gameplay? This is the first kind of open section, where it's like, okay, you kind of know where they are, you're in an open area, go get them. And it's like, that's not something that you often find in these older LEGO games. In these much older LEGO games, it's often just a hallway, and you have to get to the other side. And the only thing standing in between you and that are a couple enemies, or a puzzle. Which in my mind is a lot better than the current formula of what stands in your way is nothing. It's just an open room of endless streaming bad guys, and you just have to, like, kill a certain amount, or stand around doing nothing for X amount of time. Like, that's another thing I hate, is the way levels are formatted. And a lot of people who complain about newer LEGO games haven't really touched on this, but it is a glaring issue, is the fact that the new LEGO games, they're not designed the same way. They are designed so that when you play through it, like, straight ahead. Only thing standing between you is, like, your brain as you try and solve puzzles, or bad guys as you just slash through, like, 10 droids, and it feels great. But newer LEGO games, I don't know why, but they have this idea that having, like, 20 different types of bad guys coming at you while you're trying to beat the level, it's like, that's not fun. Like, bad guys, again, it's a clear objective, complete the level. What stands between you and that objective? Enemies and puzzles. That's not how new games are formed. New games are formed objective. And sometimes it's not even clear what your objective is. Or it's a dumb objective. Like, again, new LEGO games. Collect 15 cookies to complete this level. It's like, that's not interesting. That's boring. That is dumb. That is go collect the MacGuffin. I have no reason to do that other than the fact that you told me to do it. So, jeez, I'm just disappointed with new LEGO games. That's all it boils down to. And then, so sometimes it's not clear, sometimes the objective is just dumb. Like, also, there's a bunch of times where, and then doing that objective is not satisfying. Like, it's like, okay, go do this, and you spend, like, all the time, and you're like, fucking finally, I did it, here's your fucking cookies, and they go say, oh, now go get, like, 20 bananas, and, like, and then you turn off your Xbox, and I'm like, I'm not doing this, or PlayStation, or computer, whatever, doesn't matter, you're just like, I'm done with it. And then the fact that they're open, like, the fact that they're so open, you can get lost in those games and be like, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go. Where these, it's so clear, objective, end of the hallway. It's like, person, objective, problem. Person, me, objective, get to the end of the hallway. Problem, 5 droids in the way. Problem, person, me, objective, get to, save all the pilots. Problem, I need to figure out how to get to the high cliffs to kill the droids guarding them. It's like, those things might seem trivial and small, but when they all, when you have to add them all up and they all have, it's like separately they're not a problem. Like, a game can have one problem, but when it's all these things that are different, it's just disappointing. Especially when you go back to these games and they're fun, and they're comical and they're interesting. So this is going to be the end of this movie. This is the big fight with Darth Maul himself, who I don't think you've actually seen so far in the game, because all the scenes you would have seen him, they don't put in the game. So this is kind of just comes out of nowhere. I really do want to skip it, but I'm not going to. Maybe I should just be reading these. Like, maybe I should, like, print them off and have them playing, just be reading it. Because honestly, I've played this game so much that I'm pretty sure that I could beat this game blindfolded. Like, that's how confident I am with my abilities in this game. Okay, and co-op. Oh my god, because I thought about doing co-op with this game, getting like my friends or my brother or my dad or anyone to do it with me. Because co-op in this game is great. And since every character is needed at some point, every person feels like they have a reason to be there. And it's great. But with the new games, they're not designed around the idea of co-op. And again, Marvel superheroes, it's a lot, or Marvel Avengers, they kind of just blend together right now. I've just completed both of them. It kind of just comes down to the idea that, like, come on. There we go. And then he's gonna throw something at me, have to throw it back. Like, this is a boss fight. It's cool. You're not just smashing a button. There's droids. You have to deflect them all back at the droids. But you have to time it that way. It's like, it actually aims at them. He throws something at you. You throw it back. You hit him 3 times, he starts running away. Then you have to pull the bridge over. Like, it's a multi-step boss fight, which is awesome. And it's cool and interesting. It's not just hit B a bunch, which is what the other ones are. And again, talking about different level design. This is just one massive boss fight. No 2 levels in this game are all the same. You have your open levels, where it's go find all the guards. You have your straightforward levels, like escape the ship. Or like the Jar Jar one. Like, that one is kind of similar to the first one, but that's when you're getting a feel for the game. The race tracks. That's another interesting one. Like, so much of this. The boss fight, it's just a great game. And they don't have that in the new ones. In the new ones, they all kind of just merge into feeling the same. You don't have a level which is just a race. You don't have a level which is like just an entire boss fight. You don't have those types of levels. You have a level which consists of destroying a bunch of hitting an enemy 3 times as you mash a button, yada yada yada. I mean, I'll play through it. I mean, they're still fun, don't get me wrong. Playing those games are still good games and enjoyable games. But compared to what these are and what I want a LEGO game to be, they're not what I want. And people will be like, they're what you need. And it's like, no! This is a game! Give me what I want. And it seems that's what they're going to try and do with the new LEGO game. Is they're just going to give us what we want. They're going to give us... I'm trying to search for the right word. They're going to give us the game that we wanted when the second game of this came out. I'm pretty sure you just have to destroy those droids. I'm pretty sure that's the only objective. Again, I want to get me, objective, get to Darth Maul. What's a problem? 2 guards or 2 droids are summoning more and more droids to attack you. What do you have to do? Kill those 2 guards. Straightforward. Alright. This is where you get a bunch of the achievements in this game, because as they just keep summoning more and more guys, there's one that's like perfectly deflect 100 bolts. You just sit there as they spawn more and more guys, turn on invincibility, and you just reflect them back for like a day, and then you're good. Like, getting achievements in this game could be, like, achievements are the worst part of this game, but that's also just because they didn't make this game with achievements in mind, because achievements didn't exist when this game came out. Like, achievements started on the Xbox 360, and even then, on the Xbox 360, a lot of games built for the Xbox 360 didn't have great achievement selection or great achievement ideas. It was just, like, deflect 100 bolts. If you're playing baseball, hit 100 home runs. Steal second, steal third, steal home. Like, it was never incredibly interesting. Going back to what I was talking about was co-op. This entire time, as we're going along, like, they have it programmed so he's doing stuff. They don't have that in new games. You have the other guy they can turn into, but they don't do stuff with you. Like, it's not you both need to work together. And I guess the idea of that is then it's taken away from your chance to play the game. But I don't care. Like, I'm still doing something, and then he goes and does the other half. And then when there's co-op involved, then I hold down the other side, and the other guy that I'm playing with, or the other person I'm playing with, then deals with the other half. Which is cool. It's fun. It makes a good fucking game. A little bit of Ego Raptors, sequelitis. It makes a good fucking game. Now this is where combat kind of devolves into just, again, button mashing, jump slash, jump slash. But even here, he jumps up on a platform. It's like, you won't have that. Then he throws something at him. Or you can destroy the platform from underneath him. And I don't know if hitting him does a heart of damage, but it definitely feels good. And then he goes down and you can hit him a bunch again. And combat's simple because it doesn't need to be difficult. And I mean, like, jumping and slashing is kind of the cheating way of doing it. Like, I mean, it's the most effective way. I love that because that's something they did that's Lego. If they separated him, and since there's that gap between the pegs that connect his feet and his body, you can actually stab right through the middle. And that's awesome. I so love that they did that. But anyway, I can put my controller down. Because that is the end of the episode. So now it's the iconic scene where he jumps up, slices him in half. That scene in the movie is awesome. Darth Maul is a great villain. And he has a great fight scene and a great death. Like, it's just great. And I see him in the trailers when he's, like, doing the backflips and he's kind of yawning and making jokes. That's awesome. That's comedic. That's great. And that's what I hope they have in the new game. But anyway, guys, this is the end of the game. I'll see you next time when I do Attack of the Clones. I mean, I'm not ending quite yet. Of course, I want to have it so that it shows all the credits. But I might just do that when I finish the 6th movie show all the credits, because it's not like different people worked on different episodes. It was the same people. Phantom Menace, Super Story Complete, only took me half an hour. Originally, it took me like 58 minutes. This is incredible. Dropping down that time. New high score. Money doesn't matter. I got max money. That's another achievement in this game. Get all the money you can. If you're thinking about getting this game, I would 100% recommend it. It's great. Just, especially if you're getting it for kids, I would totally recommend. Christmas is coming up. Buy it for like your kids. Buy it as a package if you have 2. Tell them to play together. It's great. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. I know I enjoyed recording it. And I will see you guys next time, because this is Game Over.